Alrighty, we're going to take a little break from the greenhouse project. Got a lot of rain going on out there, and actually the temperature kind of dropped down pretty quick, so a little cold, a little nasty. So figured we'd come inside for a little bit, and bees are on their way very soon. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these boxes painted up, and see a lot of different videos, stuff like that out there about painting them. I'm gonna give you all a couple of tips, tricks. Not gonna go through the whole thing too solid. It's pretty self-explanatory. Quick little overview of a few things not to paint, to paint. You know, from that you can really adapt it how you want to, get it crazy with it. First things first though, things not to paint. Real quick, do not paint inside cover. This is going to be inside. It's going to be covered by the expandable top piece with the metal on it. No water's going to get this anyway. Theoretically it shouldn't. So no need to paint this at all. So boop. That can go over there. Alright, next, not to paint. Any of your frames. Any, none, nada, zilch. Small, medium, large, doesn't matter. Do not paint. Do not get paint on them, around them, near them. Bees going to go in here. They're going to put all their fancy stuff on there. Does not need, and it's going to be inside the boxes. Very secured from the weather. If you're like, well, you know, I just want to paint mine, be neat, change the colors. Don't. Now, I have some people that come in here and they'll write with marker or something like that on here, some information they want to know when it was built, or, you know, their cousin's uncle, maybe their password to their, that's a great place to put a password. Not a bad idea. Put your password for your computer in here or something. Anyway, but you can write information if you need it on here, type of bees, time, whatever. But do not paint these at all. So, put these over here. Our work is getting less and less already. How about that? Okay, now, subject of debate. The entrance theme of Hopper Bopper. Paint, not to paint. I've not done a lot of research on it. I'm not sure. I'm going to go with no for right now because A, if I'm wrong and I can only get a year or so out of this, if it due to weather and rotting, whatever, I could pull this out. It's not glued to anything. It's not hammered to anything. I just pull it right out. Some people I don't think use these. So. Paint, do not paint. I'm gonna go with no because a bee's gonna be all over this thing, and because one of those things I gotta paint. And if I'm wrong, it's something I can easily replace, do something else with. So up to you, optional, I guess. Whatever. So I'm not painting mine. Going over here with the non-paint pile. Now that puts us down to things not to paint, being covered. Oh yeah. Do not paint screen bottom. If you have a screen bottom, do not paint the screen. This is airflow, whatchamacallit, just not, it's inside the frame. It's stupid, don't do it. This is going to be your bottom part. These are going to be your sides, of course. This is going to be the front. This is where the bees are going to come in. This is where that other painted piece is going to go. And shmang. Now, this lip will actually be exposed to bees. Will be exposed a lot to the weather. As part of the entrance, I'm going to paint this because I feel like it's really going to stick out. It's not inside the hive. I could be wrong doing that. I don't think I am, but I'm going to paint that. Now on this one, you may want to and go ahead and paint the bottom of it, paint the sides. This is on the very bottom. This is going to catch some weather. And slot right here is for your board that slides in underneath here. Mine in this kit happens to be a perforated type of plastic deal. Again, not painting it. So on this one, we're going to paint pretty much all exposed area. If you think about where it's going to sit on the ground or on a frame, it's going to sit. It's going to sit. So on that, we're going to want to paint pretty much all that. Now, this lip on the inside, no paint though. Why? Because a box is going to go on top of this. So it's going to be protected pretty much from the elements. But not only that, I've had people say that it also makes the boxes stick. And so do not paint this top inside ridge here. The other boxes, the larger of the two is actually this one. It's going to sit on. And that's going to be as far as all these boxes go. You do not want to paint the inside of the You don't want to paint the inside of the boxes where the hangers go back. This is going to sit on a covered frame. it's all going to, tops and bottom, be sitting on and protected. So don't paint those. Plus, like I said, I've had people say they stick together, irritates them, aggravates them, whatever. So we're going to paint all 4 sides. We are not going to paint the tops and bottoms. And we're going to do that to all of the frame boxes. So, that being said, I'm not going to go into big detail about how you should paint it, about those brush strokes. At this point, you should kind of know that. And if you don't, well, I'm sure there's a video out there to tell you all about that too. I'm going to give you a couple little tips and tricks that I've learned when I started painting these that really have helped me out a lot. Especially for the fact that I've got a beautiful blue sitting on. If you see this right here, I got a beautiful color blue. It's going to be fantastic. And talking about accessorizing and stuff like that, I'm also, after I paint them and I let these dry real good, I'm actually going to independently paint these little letters right here, probably, maybe not, and put them on the outside of the box. Bees, I got some stuffed bees, and subs or busts or whatever. Anyway, hardware store, get some El Cheapo made ones. You can put your first coat of paint down on them, on the boxes, and then put a second, put a different, paint these at a different time, and then attach them. Little finishing nails, crown molding nails, something like that, a little hot glue. But it's easier if you paint them separately and then attach them later on, preferably when the bees are not in them. Just saying. So you got other ways you could do little stencils, lots of different painting options. We're not going to get into all that. I'm not going to say anything about that besides Pinterest, something like that. I'm sure they're out there. So, one of the couple little tips that I like to go by, and it helps me a lot when I do these, is first things is if you take the bottom here and you take the boxes, this is invaluable right here. This is worth spending your whole time watching this video. If you'll take it, I'm going to do this one box here. Since we're going to be painting these edges anyway, if you'll take it and actually go buy you some thumbtacks. I use clear ones because they're hard to see and I lose them and it just happens. So doesn't come with thumbtacks, little finishing nail, probably not a screw, something small. You're not going to split the wood. But what I do is I'll go around on each one and put one in each quarter. So what happens when I do this, and they're easy to take right back out. So tap, tap. All right, one there. Right hammer, right job. Remember what I was saying? If you remember the last video, this is the one I broke the other side off of. All right, one in each corner. Here. Little thumbtacks, clear ones come out really easy. Go in real easy. And, right, so, first one done. So, if you look real closely, I put one in each corner. So what that does is when I go to sit these down, when I painted it, and I sit it down on the ground to dry, guess what? It's not sitting directly on the ground. The paint's not slipping down the sides. It's sitting up on those 4 tacks. And that really makes a big difference. You're not sticking them to the plastic. As you can see, I'm on the plastic tonight. So, and I'll show you a little demonstration almost of how it does that right here. See? It's sitting down, drying, and there's space underneath it, so it's not sticking anything. Brilliant. It's worth the whole time watching this video right there, that alone. So, I'll also do that to this box here. The top. Now, speaking of the top, do not paint the metal. No need to paint it. It's weatherproof to death. You do want to paint the inside ridges here, on the outside ridges here, because the water will run down. I do not paint inside lip here. You can. I've had somebody, yes, no, that's up to you. However you feel about that makes you happy. I don't do this part at all. So, just down this side right here, again, this lip hangs over. So it is exposed on the outside, but you got little bees flying. You got little bees flying up and through here. So I just, as a point, I've never had it. Well, not that I've ever had this happen, but I just don't think it's going to be an issue with moisture getting there once I do the outside pieces. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and I got my tacks on this one. I'm going to go ahead, I'm not going to show you, like I said, I'm not going to show you how to brush stroke and what to blah, blah, blah. I will say this. Use nothing but an oil-based, water-based paint. Do not use an oil base. Don't use, I don't know, it's something that Grandpa had left in his basement. I don't know what it is. make sure you use, like I said, you can get some El Cheapo, doesn't matter, bees don't care from what I hear, but just make sure it's not oil based, and make sure it's something you're not quite sure. Make sure you know that it's a good latex water based paint. Pick you out a good color, pick out multiple colors, get the El Cheapo section, the mistake paint if you'd like, do whatever you want to do. Prime it. If you do not, I get primed in my paint because I'm lazy, I don't do this multiple times. So go ahead and get you a good primer coat on here first, or go ahead and buy your paint with a primer. So I've got a beautiful, beautiful blue. Make it look gorgeous. The bees are going to love it. I can already tell the bees are going to love this. So, that being said, I'm going to go through, and if you want to do a second coat, I like to put a good generous coat on the first time. Remember, this is to as much for aesthetics and for you to go, oh, look how pretty my bee box is. It's for long-term taking care of the wood. So the wood stays around for a long time. You're not having to deal with rot issues and have to replace boxes a lot. So, apply liberally, watch the videos. If you accidentally, oops, you get a little bit on the little rim on this side, you're not going to kill anything, but just don't try not to paint them. So, try not to paint them. So, go through here, get you a nice coat. Depends on what color I'm using or how it's going. I may come back in here and apply a second coat. I don't think I am, to be honest with you. But I'm going to go through here and get all these painted up, and I'll paint my letters over there, and wait for all this to dry real good, and then I'm going to probably put the letters on the outside of it. Something fun, something funny, I don't know. So hopefully this will give you a good idea and give you a little bit of information. Like I said, I'm not going to bore you with sitting here in front of you painting all these, but you can see I've got a really nice blue coming out here. And tacks on the bottom, so now when I'm done, I'll sit it down, it'll dry. Definitely make sure you have a good 24-48 hours for the boxes to dry really, really well before you put the frames back in and before you introduce your bees. Just any air, any kind of fumes or anything like that, just good safety protocol. So I'm going to get back to this. I'm going to paint all these up. I'm happy to be in here with my little heater going. Not out there in that cold, nasty weather. Unfortunately, I didn't get to quite finish up what I wanted to on the greenhouse, but it's for another day, another time, another video. Hope you enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a share, send it to other people, tell them to come see me, and I'll see you next time.